All right, let's pretend none of that happened. Okay. Here we go. Breathe. Okay. Hey, everybody. I have so much to get to today. Harvey Weinstein has been dominating the conversation still, third week in, but I don't want to start off with that. I want to talk about One Direction first, because there is some big 1D news. Liam Payne teased in a new interview that One Direction may be getting back together, and very soon. I thought that if a One Direction reunion happened, it wouldn't happen for at least another 8 years. This is what Liam said. I feel like it's going to happen soon. I've got a feeling. I'm excited for it. I want it to happen. There's a whole album that we didn't tour. I know we need to go and write some more music. It was so much fun and everyone loves it so much, and so we have to go again for sure. Blah, blah, blah. I think a One Direction reunion now would be a big mistake. Why? The boys are all doing really well in various degrees of success. A reunion right now would just put the brakes totally on all that they've been working so hard towards. And really, is anybody clamoring for a One Direction reunion? I feel like all those fans have grown up and thankfully moved on to other people like Justin Bieber or Shawn Mendes or whomever. I was never a huge One Direction fan to begin with, but I am loving Pretty Much. If you guys don't know them, check them out. I love their throwbacky sound. I love that they dance. I'm into Pretty Much. I'm so self-conscious right now. Like I'm usually like on my game, but whatever. It's one of those days. I've still got daddy brain, newborn at home. I want to segue from One Direction talk to discussing Colin Kaepernick, and I need your help here to understand this. So leave some comments. I'll be looking at them and responding. I'm confused by the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, and I went online and I researched some more. Colin Kaepernick filed a grievance against the NFL and NFL owners, citing collusion, that they're trying to keep him from joining a team because of his stance on what's been happening in America. Colin was the first NFL player to not stand for the national anthem and then take a knee. He decided to leave the Bay Area team that he was a part of. There's only two there. Well, actually, there's one now, the San Francisco 49ers. The other one moved down to Los Angeles. So by deduction, I would think he was with the 49ers. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, I don't understand, first, why did Colin Kaepernick quit his team? Like, why would you leave a job without another job lined up? And then after quitting, he became a free agent and hoped to get signed by other teams. And even though he was a good to very good quarterback, no other team has wanted to sign Colin Kaepernick yet. And he's not very happy about that, and understandably. You know, his record showed that he's worth signing by some team. And what surprised me about the research I did today, when I was wanting to see what sports commentators were saying about this Colin Kaepernick move to file a grievance against the NFL and NFL owners, a lot of people were saying that that's the point of no return. That as a result of filing this lawsuit, he now will never get signed by another NFL team. I think he's totally justified in filing his grievance. I may have waited one whole season. Like, if by the end of next year he still hadn't been signed and there was 2 full seasons of opportunities for people to sign him, then I would have been like, all right, y'all, you are responsible for this. It's bullshit and I'm suing you. I think even though he's totally justified, maybe he just is done with the NFL. And also, like, I'm really confused. Like, filing a grievance, that means he wants money, right? Like, he's trying to get money from the NFL. Like, who specifically, though? Like, the NFL as an organization or individual owners? I'm not sure. That story as a whole is just so sad and confusing. And I wish him well. I think he's a great guy, that Colin Kaepernick. Principled and started a movement. In other news, from the NFL to something I know a little bit more about, some music-related news, Ed Sheeran has broken his arm. He was riding his bicycle and was hit by a car. This may impact upcoming shows that he has. I think that may be the last time that Ed Sheeran rides a bike, at least in London, if at all, because those insurers who may have to now cover for any canceled performances are not going to be having it or happy. Speaking of London and Ed Sheeran, his good friend Taylor Swift was very busy in the LDN this weekend shooting a new music video, which I can't wait for. Taylor Swift has had a very busy week and a half, thankfully, from secret sessions to launching her new app to shooting a new music video. And now on to the unfortunate part of today's broadcast. Harvey Weinstein. Ugh. I'm so sick of talking about Harvey Weinstein, but he's dominating headlines. According to the latest developments, contrary to what Bob Weinstein said, the Weinstein Company may be sold after all to one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters and best friends, Colony Capital head honcho, what the fuck is this guy's name? Tom Barack. He's a billionaire. He has just poured a ton of money into investing in Time Warner, the Weinstein Company, same initials as Time Warner Cable, and is in talks to possibly buy the whole thing. Tom Barack says, "We will return the company to its rightful and iconic position in the independent film and television industry." Additionally, Donna Karen is apologizing yet again for the controversial comments she made last week, victim blaming the women assaulted by Harvey Weinstein. If you care what she has to say, you can check that out on PerezHilton.com. Also, I want to applaud the countless women who have come forward in the wake of all of these conversations. There is a hashtag on Twitter that has been trending called #MeToo, and it's been very moving and powerful to read so many accounts of just awfulness happening at the hands of men. I'm going to have to make sure that both of my daughters take self-defense classes before they leave my house. In other news, a big board of directors meeting at the Weinstein Company is going to be happening very soon. Harvey Weinstein is expected to phone in from rehab. That really probably isn't going to be suiting him and serving his stay in rehab. From Harvey Weinstein to another unsavory person, according to reports, disgraced former Glee star Mark Salling, who is going to be serving some serious jail time for child pornography charges, which he pled guilty to. According to reports, he attempted suicide. It is hard for me to have sympathy with a pedophile, a child pornographer. He was unable to go through with it. I'm tired of all this unpleasantness. Let's move on to Kardashian news. The Kardashians sure have been boring recently, especially since Kylie Jenner went into hiding. However, Scott Disick and Sophia Richie are currently all loved up and on vacation together in Italy. I am just hoping and praying for those two to elope. And finally, hustler publisher Larry Flynt is offering $10 million to anybody with information that could get Donald Trump impeached. $10 million is a lot of money. If you are somebody at NBC or whomever who knows things that, you know, there might be a confidentiality agreement preventing you from speaking out, $10 million can fight a lawsuit and you still have like $8 million left. Also, if anybody knows Russian, make sure you translate that article on my website. There's a couple of hookers in Moscow who need to read that. That's it for today. I need another cup of coffee. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit like, hit share, and of course, if you're not following me, follow me. Mwah.